Bonjour, c'est Claire at French in the Midlands. Today's video is about the difference between traîner, entraîner, and s'entraîner. They all mean different things. Entraîner in particular has about 4 main different meanings. It's got way more if you look in a dictionary. It's got a whole list of them, but I tried to make this video as short as possible, so I've put 4 main categories for entraîner. Let's start with s'entraîner, because it's actually the easiest. It only has one main meaning, and it's to train, practice, or spar for a sport or a game. So sparring is only for boxing, but you will use s'entraîner. For instance, you would say je m'entraîne pour un marathon. I'm training for a marathon. And what you're actually saying in French is I train myself for a marathon. That's why it's reflexive. Elle s'est inscrite à un tournoi d'échecs, alors elle s'entraîne presque tous les jours. She put her name down for a chess tournament, so she trains almost every day. Now, entraîner has 4 main meanings. The first one is to train or coach someone for a sport or a game. We had s'entraîner before, which was to train for something. This time it's not you who's training, you're training somebody else, so it's not reflexive. So for instance, you would say Marc entraîne une équipe de football le dimanche. Mark coaches a football team on Sundays. You could also say he trains a football team, but to coach is the verb you use in English. Now, interestingly, in this case, Marc is called un entraîneur, and an entraîneur is usually only for sports, or even un coach, because we like to use English words in French. And this is only a title used for sport or games. It's got nothing to do with the English word to entertain or entertainer. Totally different. The second meaning of entraîner is to cause, to lead to result in, to bring about, to trigger something. For instance, you would say l'inflation a entraîné une augmentation du prix de l'énergie. The inflation has led to an increase in energy prices. Cette mesure va entraîner des changements positifs dans l'entreprise. This measure will trigger positive changes in the company. Before we carry on, I just want to say you can claim your free ebook at the link below, the 12 Golden Rules of French, and you could also have a look at my course, Parler Français Level 1, and it's geared at people who want to learn conversational French the fastest possible way. So have a look and let me know what you think. Now, the third meaning of entraîner is to drag along, to sweep along, or to take someone with you. For instance, le nageur a été entraîné par le courant. The swimmer was swept along by the current. You see how it's a passive structure, a été entraîné. La lave a entraîné plusieurs bâtiments avec elle. The lava dragged or took several buildings along with it. The fourth meaning of entraîner is to pull or drag someone away from something. For instance, if there's a fire, you'd say les pompiers ont entraîné les occupants de la maison loin du feu. The firemen pulled the occupants of the house away from the fire. Or you could say il a fallu entraîner ou pousser la foule vers la sortie. The crowd had to be dragged or pushed towards the exit. You see here how you've got the choice of pulling the crowd, of pushing it towards the exit. But the meaning is the same. Then we've got the verb traîner, which has a physical meaning here of dragging, pulling, or trailing something. For instance, les enfants traînent la luge derrière eux dans la montée. The children drag the sledge behind them on the way up. J'ai dû traîner ma valise dans le métro jusqu'à l'aéroport. I had to drag my case in the metro up to the airport. Sa robe était si longue qu'elle traînait par terre. Her dress was so long it was trailing on the floor. Now, interestingly, traîner also has another meaning, which is to loiter. So people say les adolescents traînent toujours dans le centre commercial. The teenagers always loiter around the shopping center. Or, le chat des voisins traîne toujours près du poulailler. The neighbor's cat always loiters near the chicken coop. Finally, se traîner. Se traîner has got a very specific meaning, which is to drag yourself, or to be really tired, but that's the same meaning, to drag yourself everywhere. For instance, le matin, Hugo doit se traîner hors de son lit. In the morning, Hugo has to drag himself out of bed. Obviously, he's got problems getting up in the morning, and that's why you would use se traîner. Le bébé se traîne parce qu'il ne sait pas encore marcher. The baby drags himself around because he can't walk yet. So this is a more literal translation of se traîner, literally to drag yourself around. And let's go back to the tired meaning for a second. Chaque hiver, je me traîne parce qu'il fait froid et sombre. Every winter, I just drag myself around because it's cold and dark. And that's it for now. Please give me a like if you've enjoyed this video to support me. And subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next one. À bientôt.